Well, hello and welcome to Whiteland Restorations again, where we are working on our Mitsubishi Pajero Jr. And we got quite a lot of comments last time that I would like to address today. But first of all, huge thanks to Whiteland Restorations for letting us work here. Did you know you can buy these absolutely excellent head torches? I'll just pop mine on. Look at that, woo! From the Whiteland Restoration website.
And those head torches are genuinely awesome.
They are, because they're rechargeable. So you've got this battery pack. I mean, we've got head torches we use for walking the dogs and they're hopeless. The batteries seem to last 5 seconds, but these last for absolutely ages, and then you just plug them in on a USB, charge them up again, and yeah, they're very, very bright.
Have you got head torches that you use for dog walk, or do you steal my amazing head torch from
Moving
Whiteland?
Swiftly on, let's have a look at what we're doing today. Now, unsurprisingly, it is more of the same. This is the final corner we are working on
Dirt and
today.
rust.
And you've been in there. Let's pop my light on.
Yeah, I'm not finished yet. I've been down this side.
I've been lying underneath doing the middle section, which is great fun, because then all the bits land in your eyes.
Yeah, no, we're going to have to take out this plastic.
Yeah, I think we need to get the liners out.
Yeah.
This caliper is also an absolute mess, as is the disc.
The big question was regarding how far we're taking this. Now, this isn't a restoration. This is, to use the phrase that Steph has coined, is kind of rust to road.
Rust to roadworthy,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Rust to roadworthy.
I mean, we would dearly, dearly love to do a complete restoration on this car and take it back to bare metal and do everything, but that's just not feasible. It's not feasible for an awful lot of people. It's the hours and hours it would take to get all this coating off completely.
Yeah, because this stuff is a nightmare.
Yeah.
When it's, so what I've kind of done is, if it's quite robust in some places, but around the edges it's coming off. So what I'm doing is kind of clip it back till it won't come off anymore, and then sand it down so you've got a smooth edge.
And then we'll hope various waxy products and stuff will hold it back. We've got something we didn't use last time, which is the rust inhibiting spray.
Oh, yes.
Let me go and find it. A rust inhibiting primer. Sorry, this is from the lovely MDS Europe people. We got loads of Alpha Lan once we're ready to rust proof the underside, but I want to do the rest of the fleet, which is why we did this. And we have paid for that. It was a discount rate, for which we are very grateful. But yeah, we are actually paying for this stuff. This is a rust neutralizing primer. As you can see, they don't waste any money on graphic design.
No,
it is what it says on the tin.
The products speak for themselves, isn't it? You don't need a flashy tin if your product speaks for itself.
So we were using Vactan just because we had some Vactan left. And this is what it does. It just inhibits and covers the rust. But you really need to put another primer on that. Whereas I think the hope is with this stuff, which we're probably going to use more on the underside, big flat panels, is this just goes straight on the rust once you've wire brushed it off. And it's an instant primer. You can then apply paint or whatever to it.
Just a small comment on Alpha Lan, because we've been driving Shemmy around having been coated in it. And it's trivial, but it doesn't smell.
It doesn't. No, the
smell.
Schutz undercoat we applied, or actually no, you did apply it. Yes, to Shemmy. I didn't apply it. You did.
I did.
Yeah, that does stink a bit. That's taken perhaps a couple of weeks to dissipate.
But the Alpha Lan has
Alpha Lan does not smell at all. So that's good old times. But yeah, I know people are saying, "Oh, we should get everything off and do everything perfectly." A, this is Hubnut. That's not how we operate. But B, we've got to keep it realistic. We're not in the budget for completely revamping this entire vehicle.
No, I think
we're doing what we can, get it on the road. We can always improve it later. A car is never finished.
No, and also I think really our role with this car is, one, we saved it from the scrapyard, which would have been very sad if it went, because it is an unusual little car. It deserved to live. And two, get it on the road. I'm sure somebody will find this to be a lovely little nugget and they'll want it and then do everything that it needs. But for us, it just needs to be on the road and protected, because, you know, it's rusty, but it's not terminally rusty.
No.
So far.
Sorry, I'm just turning my light off, which is flashing.
It's not terminally rusty so far.
No.
So that's kind of what we're doing, is protect it from rust and get it on the road.
Yeah, I mean, I'll flip the camera around. We really want to get it to the state where it's MOT ready ASAP. So while this work's going on, I'm ordering up brake parts. We're going to try and refurbish the calipers, and that involves probably electrolysis dip to clean them up because they're absolutely covered in surface rust. And we have, through Lewis here, we could actually put them in his blasting cabinet and give them a good blast. But do you really want all that grit in your brake component? So I think we're going to go for his other approach, which is to put it in the electrolysis dip and get the rust off that way. And I've got the seals, pistons, pads. I haven't sourced discs yet, working on that. We will get discs. And the other thing I'm looking at is wheels, because I don't think I mentioned this in the last video. We mentioned it in an earlier one, and it's been on Twitter. But yeah, huge damage to these wheels. So I'm starting to speak to companies. It's not very easy to source a set of alloys, it seems. I certainly haven't found them for less than a few £100 per set, which makes me think that yes, repair could be expensive, but it might still be the way to go.
Yeah, there's at least two in a similar state.
Yeah, this one's also completely ruined, but remarkably that tyre is holding air better than that one. So we've swapped them over, and that one's there now. So yeah, progress gently being made. We shall keep.
But it's nice. We have a plan of action, which is unusual.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're trying to keep motivated. We're trying to keep working on this. So I'm afraid it is going to be a bit Pajero heavy at the moment, just because we want to keep the ball rolling with this.
People are going to be like, was this a Japanese car channel now?
Yeah, yeah. Apparently we are now. Maybe we're the second best off-roading channel, the Mighty Car Mods.
Well, I know you and Lewis are itching to take this off somewhere.
Yeah, we'll go gallivanting. But first, yet more scraping rust off. So let's get back to it. Right, so we are a little further into our day, and I've actually made some lists. So we've got a list of things to do. Obviously further de-rusting. We need to get right under the middle of the car and waxing, treating, whatever. Caliper rebuild, hoping to get on with that a bit today. That's going to be over a few episodes, I think. Exhaust, fix or replace. Got to see how bad it is. It's definitely rotten in two places. Wheels, we got 2 damaged. Tyres, all need replacing, 5 of them. Engine needs a service, timing belt needs doing, transmission fluids probably need doing, the wiper blades, and maybe even sort out these rusty arms. Bulbs, some were fading, we've managed to get some back just by tapping. Battery clamp, it doesn't have one. Ball joint gaiters are what I'm working on right now, and we need to check the rear brakes. And I'm also starting to formulate a list, because I can't really afford to buy everything in one go. So stuff to buy, got to buy a service kit. Probably should crack on with that. It'd be good to get some fresh oil in the engine, timing belt kit including water pump, possibly any tensioners, battery clamp as mentioned, tyres, brake pads. I've ordered the pads, still need to sort the discs, question mark over hoses, wiper blades, wheels, need to work out what we're going to do there, and the bulbs. And I'm sure there's other stuff I've forgotten as well. But I'm down here at the moment sorting this out. I managed to get a new track rod end. The rubber is very badly degraded on this one. I think it's the only one. But yeah, that's probably a fail. That's too far gone to just be an advisory, I think, because any grease in there is just going to come out. So I've managed to get the castle nut off the top. The replacement comes with a mere nylock, which I suppose should still do the job. The castle nut, the locking split pin had rusted completely apart. That came off no bother, a bit of wire brush and a bit of the old Bulldog BDX. Sadly, I think this is going to be more of a fight. I think I'm going to have to get some heat into this to free this off, so we can remove this, split the ball joint, and replace it, and then obviously we'll have to get it tracked up after that. Might run a wire brush over this lower wishbone as well, because well, it's not really a wishbone, is it? It's not in a wishbone shape. Lower arm. And we'll see if we can clean that up a bit too, maybe. Alright, let's see if a bit of fire can convince this thing to wake up a bit. Spanner in place, gloves applied, because there's quite a lot of shock going through here. It's not very comfortable. And noise alert. Oh, well, there we go. That's starting to move, I think. Is it starting to move, or is it starting to round? No. Definitely. Well, the lock nut's turning. The lock nut isn't. Seems to be turning with the entire arm. So what's meant to happen? I kind of feel the lock nut should be going along the arm, not spinning it. There we go. Unless heat does the job. Oh, we don't need that to go too far. Just far enough that it's we can unscrew this from the arm. We'll just try the gentle tap approach to this. It doesn't matter if we knacker the thread up, we're replacing the ball joint. There we go. And then off comes the ball joint. Oh, that's still quite warm. I'm glad I've got gloves on. There we go. That seems to be attached. Well, the good news is we have the pistons out. They were a bit of a state. That one especially, look at the state of that. It really took some force to get out. I had to use the hydraulics of the Pajero with the engine turned on to get the servo pressure. Discovered that if you jam some foam, some thick foam in the caliper, they don't just come flying out. It stops them and then you can just pull them out by hand. But yeah, major cleanup operation to occur. Start getting the seal out if we can. Even that doesn't want to happen. Oh, that should be fun. Right, we've got the pistons out, and they are very, very badly damaged. There's some serious pitting, but let's just give it a squirt with this remarkably good stuff that we just bought locally. And yeah, that is pitting. That is very bad pitting on the piston. And unfortunately, let's remind myself which caliper it is. I think it's this caliper. If you can see in, it's got quite bad pitting in the cylinder. I say that no, it hasn't rubbed off. That is definitely in there. I'll look at the other one as well. This one's a bit better. No, it isn't actually. It's even worse. Perhaps might clean up. So, not entirely sure how to proceed with those. I'm overhauling the calipers because I can't really find a way to just I can't easily find replacements, but that may be beyond repair. That could be a problem. So I think that's going to be the end of that one. We've got calipers that are there, but quite a lot of de-rusting has been done, so hopefully next time we can finish that and move on to other things. I've got my to-do list to focus on, so yeah, hopefully we can get this car a bit closer towards actually being solid and on the road. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget you can head to the Hubnut store and buy lovely merch, but you're probably too late for Christmas. Monday 18th is our last posting day to guarantee Christmas deliveries, and we'll see you in a future video. Farewell.